What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be looking at seasonality today and what could that be predicting for the rest of the summer. I hope you had a great weekend, and we'll also look at some news, of course, and key dates. But you guys, before we jump in, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown. Good morning, everyone. Well, so first things first, the S&P 500 just reached another high, which sounds bullish, right? But let's not get too excited, in my opinion, because we've seen that before. We've seen that movie before, right? Price pushes higher, then it fakes everyone out and drops. Right now, we're in a tight consolidation zone, and we could be looking at it as some sort of a spring, like cooling up. It could pop higher or snap lower. So the first key date that we need to be looking at, actually, let me share some screen with you guys over here. On the news that I usually look at. I know I don't show them, but I figured whatever, I'll just show them today. So yeah, first of all, this week we have earnings, and of course we're looking into the developments of August 1st, which is a key date for two big reasons, you guys. We have two, not even one, we have two big reasons. Now, everyone's talking about 1st of August. Why? Because we have the tariff deadline. So Trump has threatened to bring back the tariffs on certain goods. Now, he's delayed them before, right? We used to call them that tackle. And of course, tariffs are affecting businesses' costs and consumer prices. So this could impact the markets if things are heating up. Now, another thing that's really interesting for 1st of August that has been a little bit under the rug type of situation, but we have the student loans payment set to jump. That's a topic, like I said, that it's not as much discussed, but it's a huge event in my opinion, because many student loan borrowers could see their monthly repayments double or even triple. Now, for example, I was looking into this. And then, for example, if someone's making like 50K a year, they might actually go from paying around $60 per month to over $200 per month. And then if you earn double that, like if you earn 100K, your monthly cost could jump from $270, like lower end of almost $300, to double, like $600, over $600, which is, think about it, it's actually crazy. Now, why does this matter? Well, because higher student loans will mean that people will be spending less money, and that could slow down the economy because people are spending less. What does that mean? Well, that means businesses will be earning less, and then further stocks could fall. Now, regardless of all this going on, we have the investor sentiment that is still greedy, but cracks are showing, you guys. And right now we're at extreme greed territory, which is pretty much meaning that everyone is super optimistic, but we are smart and we remember the saying that we need to be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Let's see what else I have here. Oh yes, this is another one. President Donald Trump versus Jerome Powell again. Now, Trump is back bashing on the Federal Reserve chairman, you guys, calling him a knucklehead this time and saying that he might fire him. Why? Because obviously Powell is not doing what Trump wants him to do, which is to cut interest rates fast enough. Now, when a president talks about firing the Fed, this is making us nervous. We already said that. Now, last time Trump made those threats, stocks dropped super sharply. So this FUD is something that we need to keep an eye on, right? And then something that is even more interesting, you guys. This is over here, seasonality, historical time for the markets. Now, this is from, it's looking back into the 1950s. I don't know if you can see the chart very well, but like from late July to late October, over here, historically, that's one of the worst performing periods for the stock market. All right, and that's going back to, like we said, 1950s. So this window has been more red than green. If you look at this chart down here. So while we are at new all-time highs, I think it's time to add a little bit of caution, just because of this chart, and seasonality is obviously very, very important. Now, in terms of the economic data, we don't have that much going on. Unemployment claims, I'm pretty sure we have the Fed speaking as well, so that might move the markets. I don't know where I saw that. I think maybe on Tuesday, but it's not added into the red folders, which is all I look for. Obviously, we have then PMI and new home sales on that. Unemployment claims, and that's pretty much it for this week. Pretty light. Another interesting thing that we need to look at this week is, of course, we have the earnings for Google and Tesla and other companies that are potentially going to be important, right? Are going to be important for the major US indices. So we need to be watching for that. Now, since we covered all the news, let's see who is in the chat. We have Sugar Cookie. Everything is fine if Sugar Cookie is here. Leon, Gogo, Larry, T-Man, Crypto Cello, and Bear. How are you guys doing? I think Mark was here. Dodgy as well. Yes. Velin. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. So I'm glad you guys are here for a Monday, because you know that is important that we're together on a Monday to look at the charts. And what have we Khalil is also here. Yes, we're not missing anyone. We're not missing anyone. Don't worry. All right. So to be fair, I also haven't had too much of a look in the chart. So we're doing this together this week. I like to have a break over the weekend. You know, you guys, that's very, very important. Where's my quant? My quant's just here, you guys. I'm going to show you my quant in a little bit, but let's focus on the charts for now. Okay, so Bitcoin is up almost 2% on the day. Ethereum 1%. ETH BTC is down almost 1%. Solana is up almost 6% at this point. So we're going to have a look at everything right now, starting with Bitcoin. First of all, we can get rid of the True Week Open over here. Price has been consolidating quite strongly, to be fair, and that's what we said for last week, right? The thing that I was hoping for, we were prepared for the range. As soon as price dropped here and then reversed, I told you guys we're in for some range activity. So that's pretty much what we're seeing. The only possible sell was one time here on the retest from the 120, and that's it pretty much. But no other setups on Bitcoin as of now, because we are just ranging at the moment. All good, we've expected that, but the week has finished, right? The week has finished and we haven't seen any manipulation move. We haven't seen any distribution move whatsoever. We're just sitting in the range. Now, to me, that's a sign of strength, right? It's sort of a sign of a strength. So from here, I think we might get another tap into the all-time high to exit, which pretty sure I'm going to consider that as a manipulation move. But we're going to see what the True Week Open does. Obviously, we need to wait for that a little bit later into the Monday. Hello, Ken. How are you guys feeling? Did you close some profits on your trades, or are you up, or are you still entering? What are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat box. Maybe I can start a poll here. Start a poll. Create a poll. You guys, let me know in the chat box. I think I started it successfully. It's funny that I can't, okay. It's funny that I can't even use my own poll. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. We need to look at how the range exits. But for now, the most important areas of attention for me and for you guys as well, I think, are, of course, we have the first rejection here from our zone of interest of 1,023.062, and then the second area will be 125.135, and then the further extension is going to be at 127.233. So these are the areas that I'm paying very, very close attention to. Can I answer the poll, yes or not? Probably not, which is annoying. Yes, no. That's annoying because I can't even answer the poll. Anyways, So yeah, that's for Bitcoin. Very not interesting. The most interesting thing for me that's happening right now is Ethereum. And the reason for that is, right? The reason for that is because Ethereum is entering in a zone that is pretty dangerous. Okay, and by that I mean $3,918 is a zone here of attention for me. Historically, we have many pullbacks from this area back in the days, so I'm interested to see if we're going to break that area right now, or if we're just going to get another rejection from the area. Now, the funny thing is, when I'm looking at the alts, you guys, when I'm looking at the alts, all of the alts are getting into a zone of some sort of resistance right now. So to me, that's extra confidence that we might actually start seeing some pullbacks right now. Historically speaking, right, for the stock market is an exhaustive period in the summer. We said that Bitcoin right now from July, it needs to start ranging, right? This is where we said we're going to see the momentum from the alts, right? And I believe that that momentum is going to continue, but it's not going to be a straight line up, in my opinion, right? I'm going to be expecting some pullbacks. Now, Solana has been the one that's, you know, completely taken off today specifically. Let's look on the daily here. So again, for Solana, again, extreme level of resistance right now, right? Because we can see historically we've had many rejections from that block. We've had it over here, a little bit deeper, here. This is where we broke. We came back, retested, we broke again, and then we drop off, right? Another one, I think this one here was something to do with Trump. And then yet again, we're into that zone right now. So I'll be extremely careful on how that plays out. Does that make sense? I think I'm going to close the poll because I can't see what you guys are saying. Took a bit of break during the weekend. Crypto love, yes, that's always a good idea in my opinion as well. But yeah, that's it pretty much. Everything is printing, which is very good, but it is entering into zones that I'll be cautious, right? I'll be cautious. Because if I look at the alts, same thing, right? For example, we're looking at SAY right now. SAY has a massive daily resistance at 0.3985 over here. So this is an area that I'll be expecting for price to do something, right? Fed, nothing specifically on the daily, but of course we have a sell order block here, right? We have 0.236 that we haven't broken. You know, Dodge has been doing very well, but again, getting into a zone of a potential resistance, which is the 0.5. So all of the alts right now are in that very sensitive area right now, right? Let's have a look at Pepe. Pepe, in fact, already at resistance on a daily over here. Obviously, we can see that price has tried to jump quite significantly from it. So that we're looking at, you know, potential 12% deviation from the resistance, but then, you know, price could drop. Let's have a look at H-bar. Same thing for H-bar. We've taken liquidity here on the daily time frame, right? Yes, we've taken liquidity on the daily time frame, but we're reaching a zone 0.786 for H-bar. So everything is coming to a potential resistance over here. Let's have a look from now. We're looking into, again, another 12%, for example, if we even manage to reach to that zone. XRP has been doing great, of course, as per our strategy. We know what that means when price does this. Let's go on a weekly. Maybe it's a little bit more clear for you guys. On a weekly, as per our strategy, we rejected the 0.5. We exit the range to the upside. So finally, that's happened with XRP, and we're going into price discovery for XRP. So everything is looking quite fine. And Sugar Cookie, that's a very good shout out, you guys. Make sure you come down on the video, right? This is what you need to do, you guys. This is your call for action. You click more, and that's when you're gonna see all the interesting things that I offer for you guys. This is how you can get on the waiting list for the trading mentorship that I will be doing very soon. So make sure you get on the wait list. If you're interested in my indicators, you can also grab them over here. You can have a free entry into the Discord just by clicking over here. And all the rest of the information for me, you can also find over here. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do that, you guys, if you are interested in any of these things. Now, ETH BTC. ETH BTC. Yes, this is what we spoke about ETH BTC, right? That's what we spoke about last week on ETH BTC. And I wanted to bring your attention, you guys, last week to this area, right? We were looking at exactly 0.03186. So I said that from here, I'm expecting some sort of reaction from ETH BTC, which is what we're seeing at the beginning of the week. So now we want to continue to monitor that to get more confirmation on what's about to happen, because a rejection from over here is something I'm looking out for, right? For ETH BTC. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, I'm pretty sure we smashed the liquidity, like we said, around here. Yes, at around 61, and then we're continuing down. But what's going to happen around this area is going to be the interesting part, in my opinion, right? So I'm expecting a drop down until roughly about 60%, and maybe another jump on that as well. So this is the things that I'm looking out for this week in particular, you guys. So yeah, I don't know, what else can we look at? Let's look at the futures, actually. That would be interesting. Futures on the 4-hourly. Yeah, so in case of a drop, same thing as last week. I would be expecting for this gap over here to hold. So that's important for me, for this gap to hold, because if this gap fails, that's going to be a little bit painful, in my opinion, for the overall market, not just for Bitcoin, right? Even though alts are strong, that could showcase a little bit of weakness if we start getting acceptance below this really important support over here, right? You guys are being very quiet in the chat box today. Partially loaded profits leaving early entries open. Yes, that's always a good idea. Let's look at CRV as well. CRV is already at 0.786, and it's already showing signs of of a rejection from that area. We are consolidating heavily over here, so we have reached that pretty much last Thursday over here. So yeah, all the alts are at a key level zone, you guys, and I'll be watching very, very carefully, because everyone is, nicely in profits from longs right now, and that could potentially exhaust a little bit sooner. So then that will give me an opportunity to re-enter, to find another entry on CRV and all the other alts out there. But trading is about patience, like I tell you guys. So I'm not rushing into anything. I always take my time with everything. In terms of the TradFi, also important to look for us, you guys. Also important to look for us. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, I was just testing my buttons right now. So yeah, S&P 500 is, sorry, that's a NASDAQ. It's looking fine. Still the beginning of the week. I'm still waking up, you guys, honestly. But yeah, we're at 1.5 of the standard deviation, which is not enough for me. I think we'll get potentially another leg up. I'm not sure if we're going to reach 24,600, but we are... we seem like we're gonna get to that level. So yeah, I'll be looking into potential push up this week, but then, as you know, the monthly candles are going to be closing, and a pullback is most likely than not, because that's how the candles work. Most often than not, we get a wick to the downside before we close the week. Sorry, the month. Oh my god, I need to wake up, you guys, honestly. Now, before we move on, I want to show you my quant, but I can't find her right now. Maybe I'll show you next time. But yes, I do have a little furball guest here that I'm going to be taking care of for a month, and I'm very excited about that. Oil prices. Now, obviously very important. Obviously very important to look at the oil prices right now. It's not good when they're going up. It's not good when they're going down. You know what I mean? There is not single moment where you're gonna look at gold and be like, oh my god, that's good. Because when oil prices are dropping, this could be a sign of you know, manufacturing slowing down, the economy slowing down. Obviously not a good sign. And then if the prices are going up, it is the same thing in a way. There is a bit more fear in the market. So you know, it's never like black and white. It's always gray, right? It's never going to be perfect. In terms of copper here, I am waiting for another explosion on copper over here. It looks very stable to me. It looks like it's going to go parabolic. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. If we have a chance, XTZ, yeah, we could do that, because I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. Like, there is not much for this Monday to look at. Let's look at, I have this actually. Don't I have this? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. That went pretty crazy. Sleeping giant over here at a very, very low level. Something that probably I wouldn't have, I wouldn't be interested in, but I guess very good for you guys if you managed to catch that. But in a bearish chart like this, there is usually nothing for me to look at. But yeah, pretty simple market maker model here, right? Range, drop before the range, and then massive expansion to the upside. But yeah, your only entry on that would be based on, I don't know, liquidity grab here, and then that's it. So there isn't much confluence down here because there is no price action whatsoever to support that over here. So but yeah, it's pretty much a market maker model, right? You get a move like that, you clear it to the downside, and then you expand. But it's good if it taps into an area of interest, and there is no areas of interest, so I probably wouldn't have participated in that move whatsoever, you guys. Yes, Sugar Cookie, it is a kitty cat. We'll have a look. And as well, NMXC. This is some old analysis I've been doing here. Yeah, daily is looking fine. You know, obviously we're reaching out to some points of interest right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's been trading like that, so like you have a move like that, right, on a weekly time frame, and then a drop. So now you need to be assessing the areas that price could potentially retrace to. So the first zone that I'm looking at would be over here, to be fair. Like that. So that is the first zone that I'll be looking out for. I don't see any much liquidity to the upside. to be fair. 12 hourly, everything seems to be taken, so probably not something that I would trade in that case if I don't see a clear area of interest. But yeah, I can see some potential rejections though if it still works fine. Right over here 0.84 and up here 1.32, so that would mean probably another 65, and if it does really well, 161% on this would be very good, which is going to match with all the other altcoins that I'm looking at. Right, it's gonna match that. So I won't be surprised if it does that. Let's have a look. Any other requests here? Yes, we can look at that. World. One sec. I'm pretty sure I had it in my list. Yeah, so I probably removed it just because of how bearish this was. Nothing on the daily for me to be looking out for. 12 hourly, potentially something. Potentially something on the 12 hourly, but again, I'm not very convinced because we have traded way too deep. Way too deep. We've showed extreme weakness. So essentially you want to be drawing your leg right now, like in a kind of an interesting way. Let's say if we want to track this whole move here, then we'll draw it like this. Because that's going to be a confirmed low. So yeah, if I'm being very cautious on this, I think $2.4, because it's so weak that I would probably expect for this to reject and then to create another low on world. But I might be wrong, right? Like, just like with everything. But yeah, I mean, and it doesn't necessarily have to stop at 2.4. Like, it could go a little bit higher. All right, to this support slash resistance over here. So it could even go a little bit deeper than that. And if we're very lucky, 3.4. But yes, the narrative of the world coin is amazing. Yeah, I've heard that before, you guys. I've heard that before. But yeah, I'm more of a technical person. Like, I'm not looking at the projects and what they mean. I'm just simply looking at the charts, and if there is an opportunity for me, I take it, and if there isn't, then I don't really do that. But yeah, if you guys want to learn the way I trade, make sure you come here and you sign up for the waitlist, because that's going to be important. And if you want to join Discord, again, scroll down, click on more, and you can find it down here, and make sure you like the video as well. So yeah, that's for WorldCoin right now. I don't see anything else because of the fact that we dropped to that extent. If we didn't make that drop here below this level, I would be looking at a different price leg. But now this is the price leg that we're looking at. So because of that, I'm not very convinced that we're gonna make it that far. Like, it's possible. Like I said, it's possible 3.4 if the narrative is so good, whatever. But yeah, I think that would be a stretch, and absolutely possible. Yeah, absolutely possible. Pixel coin, yes, we can look at that, you guys. We can look at Pixel coin. One sec. Oh my god, do I need a coffee or something today? Ouch. Even worse, in my opinion. Pixel, absolute ouch. Something I have zero interest in. Hello, zero interest. Hello, Dylan. Hi, Summer J. Nothing I can tell you about this. It just looks horrible. Yeah, you're picking up some momentum, but are you really? Like, I don't think so. So that's not something that I'm interested in at all. And that's it, you guys. Like, I'm really looking at the coins that have strength right now, or maybe some very, very good alts. For example, you know, Pengu did like what, 23%. Like, these meme coins are still running like crazy. You know, Dodge did really well, right? That was a very good call. But yeah. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Let's go back to Bitcoin real quick and review. The range is looking strong. We are probably going to go up again and squeeze. That's my, you know, sort of feeling about it. I could be wrong. But yeah, obviously we need to wait for Monday to finish its Mondaying, right? Monday needs to Monday. And then we need to get the true week open and see how price reacts from here. And yeah, we don't have that many news this week, so you know, it might be a case of range. And here on the 30 minutes, we have $121 as liquidity, so it's looking good for now to get another leg up. But how high, cannot tell you. These traders are like you wait for market maker manipulation, ride the wave and dump. Yeah, I think, you know, in these kind of situations, you have to ride the longs from the ultimate levels that I have given you guys, right? I did give you the levels for most of the altcoins that you guys are interested in, and we have reviewed that since April, right? Since April, we knew what are the levels, and we also knew that in July is going to be where the altcoins are going to run. So that's happened. We have the entries now from lower, and if you don't, you just have to wait. In my opinion, I would wait because this is the summer period, and the summer period usually slows down at some point. And you never know, right? If the S&P 500 and the traditional markets start to pull back in these areas, we might see some rotation as well. That's also possible. Unfortunately, everything is possible. Dollar, yeah, dollar is dropping again from levels that we reached up here. We didn't really want to go up here and retest the areas, but like we see very clearly, we have the order block over here, which we have respected quite nicely, right? This one. So we want for this to confirm that the bearish order flow is still in place for the Dixie, right? So the rejection from here is simply showing that bearish order flow is still intact for this. I'm gonna look for my quant. Wait 1 second. I got you. Hello, everyone. This is Luza, or Lauza. I could never pronounce her name. She's very quiet. She doesn't say much. But she's a very cute fireball. Yes, and she'll be trading with me all day here. Hello. Hi, Lily. Oh, isn't she just so cute? Look at her. Yes. Yes, that's the one. Yes. No, but she scratched me because we were playing. Weren't we playing, baby? We were playing. She goes and eats the plant behind me, which is obviously fake, but yes. Yes. So no, don't go back there. Don't go back there. So that's it for today, you guys. Don't forget to watch out for the earnings. It's going to be very important. We're gonna follow it together. Yes, baby. Yes. Yes, my wolf. You guys are most welcome. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to go in the description box and find all the information on how to sign up for the mentorship. I think that's going to be very helpful for you guys and I'm very excited about it. I'll see you guys on Discord, okay? Have a great one.